Are you ready to get dirty? Huh? Are you? Well, this part's going to be fun. So we're going to be stripping some furniture. Going to go over some details with you. We're going to do it step by step. Actually, every step. So first, we're going to begin by laying down the stripper on this piece of furniture. So I'm going to tilt the camera so that the camera is showing the project and not me. All right, hopefully you guys can see that. I do see that you see it. Excuse the mess around the sides. All right, so for this project, why am I stripping it too? So a couple of ways, that what you can do, especially if you're repainting furniture, some paints are great. They work great as a primer. And some, for instance, like this, are not. It does have to be removed. I am working on a custom piece, and this customer has put some type of like cement and stuff in the chalk paint. And now she wants it all, removed and wants it refinished and painted a different color. Wanted to save it. This was her grandmother's. So that's where I come in, the furniture doctor, as some people might call me. And I'm going to fix this for her. Okay, so for stripping, what we need is, I love this stuff right here, okay? This is what I use. It's a citrus strip. It's a stripping gel. There are no harsh chemicals or fumes. I love it. It smells a little citrusy, and it works really great, and it can take up to 3-4 layers of paint. Okay, so I do recommend using this. Now, the first part is fun, but after the second part, when we start removing, it is nasty, okay? And we're gonna see all that. So, first what you're gonna need is, you're gonna need some good working gloves, okay? Not latex plastic gloves. We're talking, like these they do have these kind of gloves in the stripping department where you get all this stuff at. And make sure that you get yourself some. Now, if this is the first time that you're gonna do this, please cover your arms, wear long sleeves, make sure that your legs are covered, and that you do wear goggles, okay? So goggles, and also the face mask is important when you're putting this. Even though it's not, there's no fumes, you still don't want anything to get in your eyes. You don't want anything getting in your mouth or breathing. Maybe this might be sensitive, for you. So make sure that you have that. The other product that you're gonna have, sorry, I should have brought this a little closer to me, is you're gonna need some kind of brush, because I'm gonna be brushing this on. It doesn't matter what kind of brush, okay? And then plastic wrap. So I just, went to Walmart and got these. I use these a lot for different projects at the shop. So make sure that you have some plastic wrap, okay? So first thing we're gonna do is open this up. You don't have to shake it or anything like that. All right, be generous, and you can also work in sections if you want. I hope you guys can see all that. And then now you're just gonna basically paint it on like you're, painting it. Make sure that you get the corners. And it's okay if it gets on the side, because I got some stuff on the side to do, but let me move this a little bit here, so you guys can see it. Get all that. It's really slimy. And I did put a little extra on here because I got layers of paint on here, and due to it having cement on it, with the paint, I just need a little extra solution, for it. So you just keep on going. Hopefully, I'm going to move the camera again where I'm at there. I'll hold it just in case. Yeah, this is, like I said, this is the fun part. It's the second step that is not for everybody. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I got everything covered. Again, make sure that everything's covered. And if you get some anywhere, you just take your glove, no problem, pick it up and do that. Okay, so this dresser has got some trim here. So before I put my saran wrap, I'm going to put a little on here. I'm going to use that for the sides. Just dip it a little bit here and just hold your glove so it doesn't, kind of spill. And it's easy to clean. Just take your, napkin or a paper towel or whatever, just in case. But since we're wrapping this, I don't want to come back again and have to redo it. And I do this in sections. So this, I already did a section, and then I realized, oh my God, let me do a video for you guys so you can see. And everything is done by sections because I'm flipping it over. Okay, so again, rub that in there really good, the one that you just put on the side there so you can put it on your trim work. So everything is covered. Get these little corners here. Okay. All right, so now we are going to be putting the saran wrap. So let me just put this on the side here. Okay, your saran wrap. It's okay if your hands are nasty. They're gonna be, or especially with the gloves. So you're gonna take some saran wrap, and I'm gonna start on the end corner over here first. You guys see that? Okay, and then we rip it up. And then you close it up, just like you would if you're putting leftovers away, okay? So make sure you get those sides. And you're gonna do this across the whole chest, making sure that all of the wood is covered. And we'll go back and dab it and stuff like that, but for right now, all we're doing is putting the saran wrap on the whole piece. See, I don't have the luxury of a cameraman shooting me, when they move around, they get those good spots. Oh no. It's just me and me. Okay? That's why you buy the saran wrap you can buy at Dollar General, at Walmart. You don't need no Reynolds wrap or anything like that. Nothing fancy, because this is, for your projects, for your paint work, or I also paint with this stuff, if I want a certain look that I'm doing, I use saran wrap for that as well. All right. So now that I got the saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever you want to call it, on here, now what I do is I go over and just make sure I'm basically pounding on it. And this is great for the solution. You can see the solution moving, okay? So do that on the whole piece, and if you get some bubbles, it's okay. Just open this up a little bit, it goes away. Those sides are done, because don't forget we put stripper on those on that trim work right there on the side, so we want to make sure we get that. And that's the back. There was nothing in the back. Okay. All right. So once you're done with that, I'm going to take these off for a minute because I'm going to turn the video. You're going to wash these unless you have another another piece that you're doing. So let's put this on the side. Okay, let me turn this camera. All right. So now that you have your stripper on there, you have to let that sit with the plastic wrap overnight. It has to be 24 hours. So it's not just overnight. If you started at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and then tomorrow at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when you start removing it. Okay, so this is the part that it takes long. And depending on your piece, it's easy if you're just doing a top and, that's it. But if you're literally doing the whole piece of furniture, you're gonna be doing it in steps. I don't recommend it standing up. I would do it, lay it on its back. Sorry, you lay it on its back or on the side, because that way it's a flat surface. You're not going to worry about drips or anything the wrap is not going to fall off, so you don't have to worry, about that. But this is going to stay, and like I said, in this for 24 hours, okay? So now the next video, I'm going to be showing you what it looks like after 24 hours, and it's time to remove all this nastiness, okay? So stay tuned. Be right back. All right, guys, are you ready to get dirty? This is dirty. So this has been now standing for 24 hours, and I am ready now to start scraping it. So what we do is first we remove the plastic wrap. Yes, it's gonna be sticky a little bit. This is like really, really sticky and tacky, and it's like bleh. Okay? Again, have your gloves on. Make sure, again, wear a mask. If you want to wear protective eye lens, glasses, I would, because water can also get in your eyes once you start, cleaning up. I can't do it right now because I'm trying to do this video and I won't be able to breathe. You have myself covered, but here it is. So what you're gonna buy is get one of these guys. These are it's a stripping shovel, real cheap, because you can buy other ones. I got this at Walmart, I believe. Underneath my drawer, I did put a box. I do also use huge, large garbage black bags, like contractor bags. Cut it up, open it up, because you can throw all that stuff in there and then just, throw it away. Okay, so there is no really a rule where you want to start scraping. Okay, so I hope that you guys can see this. So I'm going to start from here. So you just take your scraper and do that. Look how gross. See that? So what this is amazing. This is amazing. This is all of, obviously, dirt. This is grease. This is, Pledge does this kind of stuff. It is nasty. If you guys ever watched Mike Rowe with Dirty Jobs, well, let me tell you, this is a dirty job. So I put it on the side, but let me just show you. This is what I'm doing. It's gross. Again, very sticky, but really easy to come off. Now, I was very generous with the stuff, the citrus strip. If you do a little bit, it might not be so smooth. There's gonna be some rough parts here, and that's okay, because that could be multiple things, and we'll deal with that later once, the standing side comes up. So here, I probably am gonna turn it around. Let me get this corner. And what the box is for, I can just throw that stuff, on the floor. Let me switch this around. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. The tops are really easy to do, like they go really smooth. And sometimes you're gonna have this, where it's a little more tougher grind, right? Because this is a drawer. And what do? We put our fingerprints on it, grease, dirt, you know, tops don't have all that traffic as much as drawers do. Okay. So I got all that. Now I did add some on here on the side, on the edges. So I'm gonna make sure I scrape that off. And that, no big deal on that. That part didn't really have the cement that I can use my sander and do that. I did put some on the top ledge, okay? All this right here. So I'm gonna scrape that. Well, maybe I didn't because there was really just a little, because there was no cement on here. So this can be sanded, but now that I'm doing it, I just want to clean it. Yeah, this is more, we're going to clean it with our soap, but get as much as you can off. Whew. So who wants to be a painter, huh? Who wants to strip? Yep. But hey, I love what I do. And what's going to happen is after this is done, when we see those before and afters, that's what makes me happy. And some jobs are a little more difficult than others, you know? They all can't be the same. But I call this, to me, a good challenge. Because I had no idea what would be underneath here. I mean, that's something that, you know, you're not going to know. It's okay if it gets in there, you can, you know, clean it out. It's really easy to pick up. Okay. So, once we got all of once we stripped it down with our scraper, now we are going to get some soap and water. I like to use Dawn, okay? And you can use, as long as it has some kind of bristles, you know, something hard. I use both of these, okay? So the first one I'm gonna use this. And what you do is now you give it a really, really good scrub. And get all the glue off as much as you can. You see how it's kind of splashing a little bit? So gotta be careful with your eyes and stuff, okay? So again, I would definitely wear something to protect your eyes. I know some videos out there, they start this, but they don't really show you from start to beginning, and you have to guess. Well, this is no secret. This ain't my own recipe, but I would like to show people out there in case you want to try this, you know, on your own. Make sure you get those edges. The sides too, just in case we got, you know, solution on them. And like I said, the sander later will get all this. Okay. Now I'm going to use this one right here and just go one time, you know, over it, because we're going to wipe this down. Okay. So what I use to wipe it down with, you can either use a shop rag or paper towels. All I'm doing is really getting the water off of it. That's all I'm doing right now. Okay. So we're just getting the water off. All right. And have yourself a garbage can bucket, you know, nearby. Throw that away. Let me take off these gloves real quick and show you a real good close-up. As you saw the dresser part, that blue, that's what you know, obviously this was, but now take a look. Okay. All right. Whew. So now what we're going to do is we have to let this wood dry 24 hours. So another process again. 24 hours, this wood has to be completely dry. And depending on the area that you're at, or you know, if you're working outside or a garage, it has to be temperature controlled, guys. You know, this cannot be done when it's way, way too hot or too cold, just like paint. So I would crank it up maybe a little bit, you know, the heat at night now especially, and let this dry. Sometimes it's going to take longer than 24 hours. You're going to have to, you know, test it, because after it's completely dried, then we have to sand it. So that's our next step. So stay tuned. All right, guys, the next step now, this drawer right here, it is fully, completely dry. It's been out a little bit longer than 24 hours, and it is ready to be sanded. And then we'll go through the next steps of, you know, what to look for and stuff, okay? So what I'm using right now is I am using a 180 grit sandpaper. And go over it, you know, very lightly first, scruff it up real good, and then I'm going to switch over to a 220. I have an extractor that this is plugged into, so it's my greatest vacuum. I love it. It's by Festool. It's my favorite. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that on. I am not going to put music as a break. For what? Because you're going to hear what I'm hearing. So get ready for the sound for a little bit. I'm going to turn this little sucker on, and then we can begin sanding. Okay, so now we are going to change our paper, and I'm going into a 220 grit. 220 grit. Smooth it out, and we'll be finished with this step. All right, here we go. Guys, check that out. It is nice, and it's really, really, really smooth. Okay, so if I was going to move forward and, you know, before, you know, you say I'm going to start painting this, well, I check now that I stripped it, sanded it, I want to see if there's any holes. Do I got to fill anything with wood filler? And there is. So I'm going to show you. I don't know if I can get that close up or not with this thing here, but we're gonna try. Okay, man, whoopsie daisy. Let me really zoom, but there is a piece right here, and it's little, but I'm anal about that. So I'm gonna fill this with, you know, wood filler right here. Not bad here at all because this was part of the veneer and it is smooth, so I'm gonna paint this. So really, the only little guy is this right here. And once I fill that, I let it sit. If I'm here and it's been a couple hours and it's dry, I'll go ahead and, you know, sand it and stuff. But if I'm not, then it will be, you know, tomorrow. Okay, so let me pick this up. I'm gonna try to sit on this thing. Whew, hot. Anyways, guys, so that is the process of stripping. And I know this is 1, 2, 3, but obviously there are 24 hours of, you know, time-wise between those. When you put the gel on, you know, then you take it off, wash it, then another 24 hours you let it sit. And if there's work to be done, so if you stripped it and there are a lot of holes to patch and work, then there's that process too. So it's not always going to be finished, you know, say, oh, I'm ready to paint it. Now you can, you know, if you want it, but if you want to do it the right way, take your time and fill those holes, you know, with some wood filler. And sometimes it might need Bondo, you know, depending on how big it is, how deep it is. Is there, you know, with, especially with veneer, when veneer is missing, instead of, you know, replacing the whole thing, Bondo is a really great thing to use for veneer like that, especially smaller repairs. But there we have it. So once I'm done with this project, it's gonna, you know, this is gonna take me some while, you know, a while. I'll be posting my before and afters as I usually do on the Riva Chic page. So make sure you follow us on Riva Chic. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any questions about anything, or maybe talk about this, you know, project that I just did, or maybe you have something that you want to do and, you know, you might, you want some advice on something, you know, shoot me an email at lucy@rivachic.com. You can always call the store, you know, when I'm open, Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. You can call 985-400-5031. But, you know, shoot me an email probably might be easier, because then I get to, you know, you can send me some pictures and show me what you're working on. That way I can help. But I hope you guys all have a good day, and I hope you enjoy the nasty side of my job. But again, I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I love what I do, and I can't wait to show this customer the before and after and how her grandmother's piece was restored. So I'm excited about that. So guys, have a great day. And if you have a commission piece that you want me to work on and you don't want to tackle this nastiness, also give me a call and I can give you a quote. Okay, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.